Narito na ang inyong bagong magiging Sunday afternoon habit sa VG8 Radio. Isang oras ng inspiration, motivation at empowerment sa makabagong paaralan ng buhay sa online world.
Entrep Radio Online.
Invest early in life and be an entrepreneur. Ito ang susi sa inyong tagumpay. Matuto ng mga tips, techniques at best practices sa pagsisimula ng negosyo.
Entrep Radio Online.
Narito na ang programa para sa makabagong negosyanteng Pilipino. Ito ang Entrep Radio, hatid sa inyo ng DWIZ 882 sa pakikipagtulungan ng Creative Voices Productions at ni Sir Pocholo, the Voice Master Gonzales. Makakasama niyo kami tuwing linggo alas 2 hanggang alas 3 ng hapon para sa usapang punong-puno ng kalaman sa pagsisimula ng inyong pangkabuhayan. Maririnig niyo kami dito sa DWIZ 882 at mapapanood sa DWIZ Facebook page. Ako po si Rene Toralba.
Yun. Ayan, every week talaga yan, partner, no? So, linggo-linggo tayo, actually, ito sa Entrep Radio, linggo-linggo tayo nagbibigay ng inspirasyon sa kahusayan at tagumpay ng bawat Pilipinong negosyante. Dahil dito sa Entrep Radio, may puso ang pagninegosyo. Kaya, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, isang maganda at maaraw na hapon sa inyong lahat, mga ka-Entreps. In the past few days, umuulan, no? Pero ngayon medyo maaraw. Ayan. Hatid namin sa inyong isang oras ng information, inspiration, motivation at empowerment para sa ating makabagong Filipino entrepreneurs. Ako po si Faith, the Voice Pastrana, and welcome to Entrep Radio on DWIZ 882,
the voice of Filipino entrepreneurs.
Good afternoon mga ka-Entreps. Welcome to another episode of Entrep Radio. And today, di ba, marami tayong kasama today. Actually, tatlo sila. Yung mga kasama natin ngayon. Pero mga ka-Entreps, kamusta ba kayo today? Kamusta ang inyong linggo? Kayo, partner, kamusta?
Kami, okay naman kami. Si Chase ang hindi yata okay.
Medyo okay naman. Okay na okay.
So ano bang mga events na mangyayari ngayong linggo na to, partner?
For this week, actually, in the next coming weeks, excited ako actually kasi yung Entrep Radio, Entrep Media Network, actually, we're going to Singapore. Diba, for Broadcast Asia. Excited tayo dyan.
Meron mag-stream, meron mag-show sa Singapore.
Tour tayo sa Singapore.
Wow. Okay. Yan, no? Talagang basta pagdating sa pagnenegosyo, kailangan tuloy-tuloy, continuous learning nga, sinasabi, no? So, si Chase may messages yata.
Ayan po. So, ayan po mga ka-Entreps, meron po tayong birthday greetings from Entrep Radio. I think we've got two. So first of all, si Sir Eslim Legaspi, May 23rd. Happy birthday po. And Stephen Chase Lemon, May 28 po. Sino po kaya to? Happy birthday, sir, kung sino ka man. And kung meron po diyang gusto mong pag-greet, just comment out dyan sa comment section and we will do some shoutouts hanggat sa mga, when we can. So, Stephen Chase Lemon, happy birthday po sa inyo.
Chase, ano pangalan mo yung
Parang
Chase?
familiar, no?
Happy birthday!
Okay.
Uy, happy birthday. Narinig mo yun?
Thank you.
Uy, ganun pala. Happy birthday, Chase. Kailan ang celebration?
Nakalagay naman dyan May 28 na.
Ayan, so mga ka-Entreps, kung meron kayong gustong i-greet, meron kayong gustong ipa-shoutout, katulad ng pag-shoutout ni Shay sa sarili niya. Diba? Kung meron kayong gustong i-shoutout at i-greet ng happy birthday, please type on the comment section para ma-shoutout naman natin at maging special ang kanilang birthday, diba?
Definitely.
And sino ang ating guests for today ba, partner?
Ayan, nandiyan na siya sa labas. Ayan. And always excited na makasama natin siya. Today, makakasama natin ang nag-iisang Grace Bondad Nicolas. Ayan. Siya ang Managing Director ng Rising Tigers Magazine, amongst others. Madami yan. Madami mamaya, iisa-isahin natin yan. At ang business nila, itong specific na Rising Tigers Magazine, this one is the Lifestyle and Business Magazine for Philippines. It's growing, diba? And it's gaining, it's gaining momentum talaga itong magazine na to.
Yun. And ang other guest natin, which is Miss Grace's daughter, no, si Miss Andrea Therese Nicolas, no, siya ang Executive Director for the Tag Media Group. Siya din ang President and CEO for Glam High Cosmetics. And eto pa, she's a student sa DLSU, no? She's taking a political science. So, parang habang bata pa, you can be part of a business, you can have your own business, no? Kumbaga walang age to tinitingnan. Kahit bata kayo, matanda, you can have it yourself. Mamaya kakausap natin siya and we can find out more.
Oh, and we have exciting things talaga to announce. I think she will have exciting things to announce kasi she's part of this big group ng mga batang entrepreneurs.
Yan.
Diba?
Mga bata pa lang negosyante na, no? And of course, our guest for after sa kanila nila Miss Grace, no? Si Sir John Michael or Mike Hilton, no? Siya naman po ang founder and CEO ng Visum Ventures Group, no? Ang business naman nila ay food and beverage retail group po 'yan, no? At sila ang nagdala dito, kung hindi niyo pa po narinig ito, no? Kumi. Sila nagdala dito
Ako
sa
parang
Pilipinas.
narinig ko na yung Kumi.
Yes.
I think it's all over the internet.
Yes. Very, very popular po 'yan. So, babalikan natin ang ating guests mamaya-maya ng konti. Magbibigay muna tayo ng konting paalala, no, para sa ating mga ka-Entreps. Mapapanood at mapakikinggan ninyo ang Entrep Radio via our website, no, DWIZ882am.com. At pwede nyo rin i-download ang DWIZ application sa iOS at sa Android. Live din tayo sa DWIZ 882 Facebook page. Ang hotline ng DWIZ 8470-1750 hanggang 54, and ang text line, that's 0999-376-6768. At syempre, wag natin kalimutan, sundan ang Entrep Radio online Facebook page para sa mas marami pang kaalaman at impormasyon tungkol sa pagnenegosyo.
Kaya like and follow naman kay Entreps dito lang sa Entrep Radio. Dito
Yan.
Ayun.
Okay. And pumaraon naman tayo.
Pumaraon.
Pumaraon. Oo, kung nag-comment na ng like and follow, ituloy-tuloy mo na, Chase.
Alright, sige. Andito naman po ang Mr. Entrepedia. Kung birthday pa nga lang, why not my own role, diba? So, ito na po si Mr. Entrepedia para sa ating Entrepedia Tips. Magandang araw mga ka-Entreps. This is your Mr. Entrepedia para sa ating Entrepedia Tips. Pag-usapan natin ngayon ay tungkol sa empleyado. Ito po ang 3 tips para sa empleyado ng ating mga negosyo. Entrepedia tip number 1, makinig at mag-obserba. Maraming paraan para mapabuti ang trabaho sa negosyo natin. Ang makakatulong sa atin dito ay ang mga empleyadong kasama natin sa araw-araw na operasyon. Patuloy natin silang pakinggan at obserbahan. Ayan po ang ating unang Entrepedia tip. Mamaya po meron po tayong 2 tips na parating mga ka-Entreps, kaya tandaan natin, makinig at mag-obserba.
Makinig at mag-obserba.
Definitely.
Ayan. So, I think it's about time, no?
Yes.
Sige, since wala pa dito sa loob ng booth, no, sila Miss Grace, calling Miss Grace, no, basahin lang natin ang comments, no, na pumasok, no. From Florence, sabi niya, oh wow, watching from Singapore. From Manfort naman, no, sabi niya, pa-shoutout po ng happy birthday kay CJ Ken. Happy birthday, CJ Ken. And
happy birthday.
May dinagdag pa si Manfort, no? Sabi niya, idol ko yan si Grace Bondad Nicolas. Oh. And from Angelo Redaha, sir, kamusta kayo? Sabi niya, magandang hapon po, Sir Rene Toralba, Ma'am Faith Pastrana, at Sir Chase Lemon, no? Happy blessed Sunday, keep safe. God bless. God bless.
God bless.
No? Malolos, Bulacan, no? And sabi ni Manfort, no, amazing mother and daughter.
Yes,
so,
oo. Yan ang hinihintay natin ngayon. Actually, papasok na sila.
Yes.
Oo.
And yun na nga, no, ang dami-dami natin talagang. Actually, si Miss Grace pala, no? This is not her first time with Entrep Radio. This is her third
or fourth.
O third or fourth na, no?
Oo.
So, talagang suki na natin si Miss Grace dito.
Ayan, ayan. Good afternoon, Miss Grace. Good afternoon, Andrea.
Hi everyone, and thank you so much. At ngayon ay nandito na tayo ngayon,
Yes.
face to face.
Ayan.
Thank you for having me.
Ayan, good afternoon, Andrea. Ayan. So, siguro before, na-excite ko talaga kami, Miss Grace, pag nandito ka. Ayan, let's give a proper introduction to our guest. So, ang first guest po natin ay founder and COO of Tag Media Group, founder and COO of Graceful Skin. Sabi ko na kanina, amongst others eh. Kanina Tiger Magazine lang minention natin. Pero she has a lot lot under her belt. So founder and COO of Graceful Skin Essentials, President, Asia Leaders Forum, Lieutenant Governor-elect of Division 3A, Kiwanis International Philippine Luzon District, President, American Association of the Philippines, and syempre, Managing Director ng Rising Tigers Magazine. Ayan, si Miss Grace Nicolas Bondad.
Yes, thank you so much again. At yun nga, nabanggit ko, lagi tayo kasi nakikita online. Pero ngayon, ito na face-to-face. And thank you so much, Alert Level 1. At sana dire-diretso na, di ba?
Yes. At least medyo gumagaan na ngayon, no? So, parang pag lumalabas ka nga ngayon, parang normal na eh.
Oo.
Parang normal na super traffic na, di ba? Kaya ngayon, eto, kailangan maaga na ulit. Hindi katulad before na talagang dire-diretso lang pag nagta-travel. And, ayun, medyo ease na. Ayan, yung anxiety nawawala na ng konti kahit papano. Ayan, so thank you again sa ating gobyerno. Alert Level 1.
And syempre, kasama niya partner ang kanyang a very beautiful daughter.
Yes, si Andrea Therese Nicolas naman, siya ang Executive Director nga ng Tag Media Group. Siya din ang President and CEO of Glam High Cosmetics, and she's a student sa DLSU taking up BA Political Science. No, how are you doing today, Andrea?
I feel so great right now because, of course, I'm a guest here in DWIZ, and of course, I'm gonna be sharing to you all what I'm doing and what our company is doing as well. So, thank you.
Ayan. That's Andrea, no? Okay, partner.
Siguro, partner, kasi si Andrea, si Miss Grace lagi natin nakakasama dito and talagang suking-suki ng Entrepreneur and favorite guest talaga natin si Miss Grace. So, Andrea, siguro, ikaw, introduce yourself further more than yung nasabi namin. And I think you have an announcement, diba, about this association, this group, Youth Entrepreneurship Academy.
Yes.
Siguro you can tell us about that.
Yes, actually right now, I just recently got promoted from Executive Director to Vice President of Tag Media.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, congrats.
Congratulations.
And also, a few days ago or a few weeks ago, I've got appointed for the Executive Director for Youth Entrepreneurship Academy. So, yeah.
Diba, ang bata-bata niya.
Imagine that, no?
Oo.
Can you tell us something about itong Youth Entrepreneurship Academy? Ano bang ginagawa nito?
Of course, right now, we're still planning because I just recently got the position. So I'm gonna be talking to, of course, Sir Pocholo and my mom for these projects I'm planning to pursue maybe later this year or maybe early next year. And yeah, right now we're actually looking for members for this Youth Entrepreneurship Academy because we want to train young entrepreneurs, of course, to be as successful as, of course, the leading entrepreneurs right now, which is also featured in our magazine, Rising Tigers Magazine. So, yeah.
Wow, diba? Not only for herself, also sa mga kaedad niya at mas bata pa sa iyo, diba? Parang nakakatuwa talaga, Miss Grace. Parang tinrain niyo po ba si si Andrea na maging entrepreneur? Kasi parang she's very young, diba? Tapos ang bata pa. And she wants to help other kids her age, diba?
It's not actually the training. It's her own initiative. Even the Glam High Cosmetics. Talagang, from them, parang talagang sinabi niya na, Mommy, I'd like to have this. Syempre tayo naman, as a parent, full support palagi. And for the Youth Entrepreneurship Academy, syempre, we're very much involved also. So with Pocholo, we like to launch the Angat Negosyante soon. So, ito yung not only for the SMEs or MSMEs already, ito yung mga bagong gagraduate pa lang sa school na they don't have any idea ano ba yung gusto nilang course. Nangyayari yan sa atin before tayo gumaraduate, hindi natin alam before. Teka, ano ba yung skill ko? Ano ba talaga yung gusto natin? Ito yung bibigyan natin sila ng guidance and mentorship. And also, pwede rin dito yung mga pagka-graduate naman nila, meron kasing iba na hindi pa rin nakakakuha hindi pa nakapag-enroll. Kasi they still don't know ano yung take nila, di ba? Etong Angat Negosyante, not just for the, yun nga, binanggit ko MSMEs or SMEs, but dun sa mga gagraduate at kagagraduate pa lamang. Yun yung unang proyekto.
Wow. So kung hindi ka pa sure kung anong gusto mong gawin after ng school mo or before ka pa mag-start ng course mo, merong angat negosyante.
Yes, we're going to invite, of course, the successful entrepreneurs. Yan, una syempre, ang Pocholo nandyan, di ba? And then our friends na mga successful entrepreneurs para makapagbigay ng mentorship, tamang mentorship at mindset para maging with the entrepreneurial mindsetting and ano pang kailangan nila, marketing, business development, mabigyan sila ng tamang guidance. Ayan, for this angat negosyante. So we're very excited at nakikipagtulungan na nga tayo at nakikipag-ugnayan sa iba't ibang malls who's going to receive us para, ayun, bongga kaagad, di ba? Ayan, para mas marami rin tayo matulungan pa. Ayan.
Siyempre, pag Miss Grace Nicolas, diba, parang bongga talaga yan.
Ay, thank you so much.
Bongga talaga yan.
Ayan. Mas gusto lang natin makatulong sa mas marami pa. Oo.
Oo, nakakatuwa yan. Kasi syempre, pag bata ka pa lang, tapos kailangan mo pang i-train yung entrepreneurial mindset mo, may mga mentors na tutulong sa'yo. Hindi ka lost, diba? Nakakatuwa yun.
True. Kasi itong mga successful entrepreneurs, mga mentors, they know already at na-experience na nila. Alam mo yung pinagdaanan na ano ba talaga ang nararapat para sa'yo. Kasi right now, ang dami-dami na sa skincare, ang dami-dami na sa logistic. Pero teka, ito ba pa talaga yung para sa'yo? It's not for everyone eh. 'Di ba? Ang lagi nating sinasabi, it's really how passionate you are dito sa negosyo. Hindi komot successful si Faith dito, successful ka rin. Hindi eh. Dapat nandun din yung heart mo kung anong gusto mong gawin. 'Di ba? Halimbawa si Andrea, kung hindi niya sinabing gusto niya yon, ayoko namang pilitin, 'di ba? Even her course right now, political science as pre-law, yun ang gusto niya. Hindi ko naman pwedeng sabihin, teka, mag-doktor ka. 'Di ba? So it's very hard for a person also kung ano ba talaga ang passion niya. Ayan.
Ito nga po, sabi ni Manfort, no? Nag-comment siya sa Facebook, sabi niya, nowadays, the youth needs to be more into entrepreneurship. Their future generation would be much tougher than ours.
Which is true. Thank you so much also, Manfort. Hello dyan. I think from Pampanga o Bulacan siya, no? One of our friends na talaga namang sumubaybay. Into rice din siya ngayon. Entrepreneur. Ayan, katatayo lang din ng kanyang negosyo, if I'm not mistaken, for a year and super successful na rin. So maybe we can also invite him. Paano niya na-launch itong kanyang rice business, 'di ba? Para naman itong mga kabataan magkaroon ng idea, baka ito naman din yung gusto nila mangyari. Right now kasi ang push talaga, 'di ba? May binabanggit tayo na financially yung freedom, no? Talagang ang push ay maging isang negosyante. We're not telling everyone na hindi maayos ang maging isang empleyado, pero kanya-kanya kasi yan na gusto ng tao. Kaya lang yun nga, no? Don't forget, even being an entrepreneur, 24/7 ka nagtatrabaho, I keep on telling to everyone, not only just 100% yung binibigay ko sa negosyo, 1,000%. Kung pwede nga hindi ako matulog. I keep on telling that, kaya lang, di ba, we need to relax, we need to lie down, we need to sleep. Pero para makatulong sa ating pamilya at para rin makatulong sa ating mga kababayan, as much as possible nga talaga, Faith. Kung pwede hindi ako matulog, no? Ayan. And just to help out also, kasi ngayon, maraming nawalan ng trabaho, especially kasi nasa pandemya pa rin tayo, don't forget, Kasi baka akala nga nung iba, teka, alert level 1, okay na. Hindi, marami pa rin hindi pumapasok sa kanya-kanyang opisina. Ganun pa rin, naka-lay off pa rin yung iba. So, sana magkaroon, with the angat negosyante, makapagbigay pa tayo ng entrepreneurial mindset dito sa mga gustong magkaroon ng negosyo.
And itong angat negosyante, no? This is open para sa lahat or may age?
It's free. That's what's nice. It's free. Pag na-launch na natin to with the help, of course, of Creative Voices and Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez, it's free for everyone. We're targeting like 2,000 people coming in during that event. Siguro gawin natin mga 2 to 3 days para yung iba ring from different parts of the country makarating. And eto, marami kasi tayo mga kaibigan, tayo mga successful entrepreneurs na gustong tumulong, 'di ba? Makapagbigay ng guidance dito sa ating mga kababayan.
Yun, no. Talagang
so it's free.
Open siya.
Nakaka-excite, 'di ba? Nakaka-excite yung ano na yan, yung project na yan. Hopefully, 'di ba, mag-launch na siya soon. Siguro Miss Grace, ang question ko actually for young people like Andrea, ikaw paano mo naman binabudget yung budget talaga yung term ko, 'di ba? Binabudget yung oras kasi you're studying, you have a business, 'di ba? Tapos ngayon you are handling the Youth Entrepreneurship Academy, 'di ba? Paano maging isang youth at this time na gusto mong maging entrepreneur?
Well, for me, I think you should start muna with the big why. Like, why do you wanna do this? Like, dapat you should know yourself muna before you start anything. That's for me. And for the time, I budget my time actually by disciplining myself. Kasi I keep a record, like, sinusulat ko talaga schedules. Like, I'm really strict on schedules. Ito, 1 hour for studying, 1 hour for checking of emails. Ay, mga 30 minutes, mga ganun. And, of course, classes, and, of course, mommy's business. So, yeah, I think complete discipline and know yourself. So, yan.
Even totally, halimbawa may magandang event, talagang hindi siya sumasama kapag may school siya. Or even kung wala siyang school, kapag may assignment, doon siya nakafocus. Kasi sa akin, I'm not saying na kailangan lahat ay educated or nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral. Kasi may mga exceptional. Diba? Manny Pacquiao, diba? And napakarami na multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire globally na hindi naman nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral. Pero ito yung tinatawag kong plan B. Ito yung backup, yung school. Paano kung hindi ka naging ganon? At least meron kang trabaho na babalikan. Kaya I'm really pushing for not only entrepreneurship, but makapagtapos everyone ng education nila. Ako, my course BS IE. So that's 5 years. Pwede namang 4 years lang. Pero I enjoyed so much. And after that, I took Masters in Engineering Management. I'm really into pushing yung level up na education. Meron din akong iba't ibang courses sa Ateneo and also sa AIM. For me kasi hindi lahat alam natin. Marami pang gusto makakatulong sa atin na information from different people. Pwedeng fake, 'di ba? May kilala ka, may alam ka na hindi ko alam. So education really for me is one thing for success. Ayan, ayun nga, hindi naman lahat tayo Manny Pacquiao, 'di ba? And hindi naman lahat tayo Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. Exceptional sila eh. So if we're not really like them, meron tayong education na pang backup.
Ayun. And syempre pag entrepreneur Miss Grace, you just never stop learning, 'di ba? Pag entrepreneur ka, kailangang matuto ka ng matuto, mag-aral ng mag-aral, 'di ba?
Kaya ang dami nating mga friends, 'di ba? Graduate na sila nito, they're already successful, pero nag-e-enroll pa sa different school. Diba? Pwede namang, hindi, alam ko na, I'm already successful in this field. Pero they keep on enrolling pa rin. So, ang ibig sabihin, talagang we really need to have some more information from these experts pa. Hindi natin kasi pwedeng sabihin na, we're already an expert of this thing. Teka muna, no? Marami pa ring tao na mas magaling sa atin. Ang sabi nga nila, diba? If you're the smartest person in one room, teka muna, you're not dapat na nandun sa room na yun kasi you're the smartest na. Dapat you keep on learning from other people also. That's why we're into networking, we're into attending a lot of events to meet other people and to learn more. And that's why, meron tayong Asia Leaders Forum. Ayan, it's also under Tag Media Group na we're inviting different experts and then we're inviting also different managers and different guests to attend para matuto pa. And we're very successful in this field. Maybe because marami pa rin tao ang gustong matuto. Diba? The same as what Entrep Radio is doing. Oo, inviting also entrepreneurs para makatulong din dito sa ating mga listeners.
And diba, kaya po tayo mag-collab, ganyan. Uso ngayon yung mga collaborative works, diba?
It's not really about competition daw anymore. It's really about collaboration na. Diba? What is competition? Much better palagi. Diba, sabi nga nila, in unity, we can do more. Ayan. Kaya nga, nandyan ang Entrep Radio, nandyan ang Tag Media Group, into collaboration na. That's why I'm very thankful with Pocholo, with this program also, diba? And sa napakarami niyang nine-network, talagang pinagko-collab. He's very unconditional in terms of helping. Ayan.
Mukhang nasagot na yung part no? Ano pa mo?
Events. We have so many events for this coming June. For June 11, we have a concert. So, nakipag-collab tayo, ayan, dito sa isang producer. So, that's gonna be with Marco Season. So, June 11 yan. So, I'm inviting everyone for June 11 with Marco Season. Kasi what's nice, hindi na nga tayo online. Meron tayong mga face-to-face. And it's approved already. So, we're very grateful and thankful. And then, on June 20, eto yung ating CVAP Awards, di ba? June 20. So, we're very excited. That's going to be at Hilton. So, I'm inviting everyone also and nominate. Kasi, that's not only for the voice actor. We included also the SMEs, the public speakers, and the youth leaders, Faith, di ba? And then, on June 22, we're going to have the Men and Women Who Matter list. That's going to be at Hilton also. It's under Asia Leaders Awards. So, we're very grateful also for the support of different companies with us. So, yun, of course, Secretary Sal Panelo is also coming. Ayan, he's the talk of the town right now kasi siya yung ibinigay na legislative consultant ni ating number 1 na Senator Robin Padilla, no? And we invited also Senator Robin Padilla, sana makarating. And also, of course, sana makarating ating bagong president si BBM, Bongbong Marcos. And we invited also Vice President Sara Duterte. Sana makarating sila, Faith. Diba? Ayan, to welcome everyone. And since ang branding din naman kay President BBM ay Rising Tiger, diba? So, sana makarating and we can feature him also dito sa ating Rising Tiger magazine.
Wow.
Ayun.
Ang laki ng lineup nyo, Miss Grace, ha?
Yes, so yun nga, ang sa atin, no, every time, every day is something na we really need to become productive and the best that we're doing. Diba? So that's why Faith, no, every day dapat always bigger and better and the best for everyone. Kasi we don't know if there's gonna be tomorrow. So yun dapat yung mindset, Faith.
Oo, alam mo, nakita na talaga natin nag-grow. Mas lalong nag-grow po yung business niyo during the pandemic. No, siguro, Miss Grace, pwede niyong sharean yung ating mga ka-entreps. Ano po yung mga mindset na meron kayo during the pandemic?
First thing kasi, hindi kami nag-i-stop. As in, totally na we're really into taking risks. The same with Robert Laurelio Pangco, my business partner. No? Hi, Robert. So, I hope na-send ko naman yung link. So, sana nanonood siya, no? Even with Robert, everyday siya nasa office during the first year of pandemic, And for me kasi, if Robert Yupanco, who is this successful already, keep coming in the office, ako pa kaya? Diba? So, that's why we really need to have always mentor to guide us. So, ang mindset, dire-diretso lang. We keep on invest. We launch a lot of companies during pandemic phase. That's why I keep on telling to everyone that our company grew 300% during this pandemic and a lot more. Our friend from Bex Logistics, diba? The company grew more during pandemic. Bakit? Kasi in demand. Nakita niya yung strategy and the magic during pandemic. If they're just going to stop during pandemic na, naku muna, we don't want to go out. Kasi mayroon tayo mga entrepreneur na kilala na tagang hindi nalabas, natatakot, what will happen to us? We know na we really need to have that protocol. Pero teka muna, what will happen to our family if we're just going to stop? That's why nga, no, entrepreneur, these are the people who keeps on grabbing the risk, diba? Don't forget, there are a lot of people na nag-grow talaga during pandemic. Ito yung talagang who keeps on doing a lot of things, breaking their glass ceiling, and meron ding mga namatay na negosyo. At napakarami nun. Diba? And don't forget right now, in the hotels, super daming events. Bakit? Yung 2 years na hindi nakapag-events, ngayon nila nilo-launch. Diba? So that's why, thanks so much ito sa tourism natin ngayon ay tumataas ulit yung rate ng mga incoming visitors at yung mga sobrang dami na ring launching different events. So ang mga hotel natin ngayon at least kumikita ulit, lumalaki ulit. Ayan. So yun, dun sa tanong mo kanina, hindi kami nag-stop. Even during pandemic, we keep on investing, we keep on launching different events, different projects. And I think yun yung strategy dapat. Hindi ka dapat natatakot.
Diba?
mukhang marami pa tayong i-share with Miss Grace. No?
Oo.
Pero cut short lang po muna natin at magbabalik po ang Entrep Radio pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Entrep Radio Online.
Welcome back mga ka-Entreps to Entrep Radio. And ito na po ang ating Entrepedia Tips, ang free tips para sa empleyado ng ating negosyo. Entrepedia Tip number 2, take notes o magtala. Kapag nakakita tayo ng mga bagay na kailangan bigyan ng atensyon, itala natin ito para maasikaso natin sa tamang oras. Makakatulong ito na maayos ang trabaho sa negosyo natin. At yan po ang ating ikalawang Entrepedia Tip. Meron po tayong pangatlong tip pa na parating mga ka-Entreps, kaya dito lang kayo makinig sa Entrep Radio. Magtanda natin mga ka-Entreps, take note o magtala. And Miss Faith, meron po tayong news. Yes.
meron tayong palang gustong sabihin sa mga ka-Entreps natin na nanonood sa atin. Every Sunday, salamat sa panonood at pakikinig sa mga inyong radyo. Pero alam nyo ba, diba, na tayo ay nagtitest broadcast ngayon. Test broadcast pa lang siya. Pero I mean, diba, nagsistart na tayo. Ayan, test broadcast tayo ngayon sa Digital Free TV Channel 23. Available din po sa digital TV devices gaya ng ABS-CBN TV Plus, GMA Afford the Box, Sulit TV at iba pang digital TV receivers. Wow.
For free, yan.
For free, oo.
Okay, and also, we have a comment ulit, no, from Sir no, Manfort, no? One of my great mentor, Robert Yupanco, great person with a great mindset. Okay.
Oo. So siguro, no, before we syempre, this is an exclusive interview naman today with Miss Grace and the daughter, Andrea. So Andrea, ikaw siguro, ano yung tips mo for young people like you na gustong pumasok sa pagninegosyo?
I think I only can share one, which will summarize everything and everything else will follow. I think you should not limit yourself. You should follow your imagination. Kasi there's one tip I found out from also R.S. Francisco, who is also the president of Front Row. He said that don't think that there's a box. He said don't think outside the box, just imagine that there's no box at all. Yun ang sabi niya. So,
Alam mo what's nice? Kung itatanong mo sa akin yan, yun din nasasabihin ko. Talagang the connection is the same. Kasi we keep on telling to everyone na think outside the box. Kaya lang kay R.S. Francisco, think there's no box. And that's why they're the number one right now, diba? You can check all the billboards right now. And alam naman natin super expensive yon. We can check that the success also, kung makikita mo yung mga marketing, no? Kasi they can pay, diba? And congratulations nga again. Ayan, kasi number 6, si Sam Versosa as one of the congressman ngayon ng party list. Imagine, bagong-bago pa lang yung party list, number 6 ka agad. Alright, so 63 kasi yung pumapasok ng party list. Ang point ko lang dito, no, with so many followers, with so many distributors, right now is 2 million distributors. So makikita mo how success really. They started like 11 years ago and talagang it grew. It's not only just because of the business maybe, it's really about the people. Alam mo yun, yung loyal sa'yo. Yes, at nagpapatakbo, diba? So, sa dinami-dami ng MLM right now and sa dinami-dami ng direct selling right now na company, bakit may mga ganon? It's really about the person na nagpapatakbo at yung mga tao, distributors, na talagang feel nila yung pagmamalasakit sa kanila nung kanilang mga bosses. Ayan.
Definitely. It says something. It says a lot actually, no? Ang mga Miss Grace.
Yeah.
So yan po, no? Thank you very much, Miss Grace and Miss Andrea, for sharing this afternoon with us, no, dito sa Entrep Radio. And
siguro kung meron tayong invites, Andrea, for Youth Entrepreneurship Academy or any event, any association or advocacy that you have, you can invite our viewers, lalo na yung mga kaedad mo, diba? For your Youth Entrepreneurship Academy. Kaedad natin.
Yeah, actually, since we're just already starting ulit for the Youth Entrepreneurship Academy, we want everyone to check out our page, FB page, Youth Entrepreneurship Academy. And of course, we're gonna be posting some details of our events and of course, recruits also. So thank you and please check it out. So yeah.
Ayun. Si Miss Grace, any invites aside from the events that you've mentioned kanina?
Yes, please check our Rising Tigers Magazine FB page for you to be inspired more with the leaders and these people na we keep on posting. So the same as what we're doing with Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez of Creative Voices and Entrep Radio. So yun, please follow us under Rising Tigers Magazine and Asia Leaders Awards Facebook page. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Miss Grace and Miss Andrea.
Thank you for joining us this Sunday. We know you guys are very busy. Salamat for dropping by.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
At yan nga po, no, mga ka-Entreps, nakasama natin si Miss Grace Nicolas Bondad, no? And si Miss Andrea, no? Talagang nakita natin, actually, yun nga, in Andrea's case, no, there's no age minimum when it comes to entrepreneurship. No? Pagdating sa pagnenegosyo, kaya nyo, basta may naisip kayo, may gusto kayong gawin, pwede nyo gawin.
Yes. Thank you again, Miss Grace and Andrea. Thank you for joining us. And I think now we can jump into the next guest, no, partner? I think nandiyan na rin siya. Bye. Ayan. So, siguro, Chase, you can introduce our second guest.
Yes, quick introduction. See Sir John Michael, or Mike Hilton, who is the founder and CEO of Visum Ventures Group. And so I believe he's on the line. Sir Mike, are you on the line?
Yes, hi guys, can you hear me?
Hello. Sir Mike. Ayun, okay, we can see you now.
There's Sir Mike. Hello. Welcome to Entrep Radio.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
Okay. So, eto Chase, basahin mo rin tong profile niya.
Yes, of course. And
para pakilala natin si Sir Mike.
That's quite the profile. And so, see Sir Mike and the Visum Ventures Group sold on to become one of the more innovative restaurant groups that has thrived, growing a portfolio of F&B concepts and launching them during the crisis. So pandemic. And at its helm and its younger, energetic founder, Sir CEO John Michael, or Mike Hilton, was born in Zamboanga but was raised in Sydney, Australia since he was 6 months old. He started his career in hospitality at the young age of 13, rising from the ranks. And his love for food and travels inspired him to develop and curate menus for one of the fastest growing restaurant groups in the country in collaboration with his team of chefs. So it was in 2019, while exploring Sydney, when he and Atisa Manalo, now one of Visum's managing directors, became curious about Kumi and impressed by the long queue of people patiently waiting to be served. Their first sips of this yogurt drink got them hooked and decided to bring the brand to the Philippines. This was how Kumi and Visum Ventures started.
So, yan. Ang ganda ng background niya.
Kumi.
So, good afternoon, Sir Mike. Kamusta po kayo?
Good, thank you. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, sir. Well, sir. So, sir, yan na nga po, no? May nabasa ni Chase po yung inyong profile for our mga ka-Entreps, no? Could you share something else about yourself?
Yeah, so obviously touched on, I was born in Zamboanga at a very young age, moved to Sydney, so proud Australian and also very proud Filipino. I moved back to the Philippines in 2016 and took over my father's business for 3 years. And then in 2019, decided to do what I love very much. As was mentioned, I started working at the age of 13 in restaurants, events, catering, and hotels. So 2019, I started with the brand Kumi. We opened 6 stores prior to the pandemic. And then throughout the pandemic, the last couple of years, we're now up to our 85th branch.
Wow.
By June 2022, this year, we'll have opened 100 stores throughout the Philippines. And we should close the year with close to 120 stores for our Kumi brand, which is a natural drinking yogurt. Besides Kumi, we also have another few brands, part of our portfolio, being Oh My Greek, so Greek cuisine, fast food. Zig, which is similar to a salad concept as well. T2T, which is loose leaf tea from Australia. And then most recently, Salt and Ice, which is our oyster and cocktail bar.
Salt and Ice.
Salted ice.
It sounds yummy yan, kasi lobster.
Actually.
So, Sir Mike, during the pandemic, could you share something, any of the challenges that you've encountered, lalo na when you were here in the Philippines?
Yes.
So you were already expanding, I think, before that. Tapos biglang nagkaroon ng pandemic. Ano po yung ginawa nyo?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was really much about timing for us and Bison Ventures. Pre-pandemic, majority of the major malls throughout Metro Manila and also all over the Philippines were at about 98% occupancy. So it's very hard to get a space in the mall. With the pandemic, as it hit and hit us in a big way, a lot of businesses closed down. So the malls were looking for new tenants. So it just so happened that we had only opened 6 branches and we were ready for expansion. So I'd say one of our successes has been really much timing and then opportunity, filling that void of when there's a player that actually exits the market within food and beverage, someone will step in, and we've been able to fill that void by obtaining some fantastic prime spaces in all the major malls throughout Metro Manila and all the Philippines. And we were able to negotiate best rates, of course, during the pandemic with the unknowingly factor of what's going to happen next. So I think that's really one of our biggest challenges pre-pandemic, and then obviously one of our fantastic opportunities that we capitalized on through pandemic, really investing in real estate within malls to make sure that our brands are very available and accessible to all Filipinos.
So, like in Kumi's case, no, kasi this yogurt, right?
Yes.
How is the Philippine market taking it naman ngayon? Is it something that's well accepted nowadays?
Yeah, definitely. Before pandemic, when we launched the brand in the Philippines, one of the challenges that we had with the brand Kumi is when Filipinos think of yogurt, they think maasim or sour, and they think mahal. Our real tagline for Kumi is to be a healthy alternative to milk tea. Pre-pandemic and pre-Kumi, I was a huge milk tea fan, drinking milk tea 2 or 3 times a week, like a lot of Filipinos. With Kumi, the great thing about it, it's definitely a lot healthier. Healthy probiotics, good for your digestion, lots of calcium, and then very good for your immunity. So I guess one of the major challenges was for Filipinos, making sure that we are at an equal price point to milk tea, to be that healthy alternative, and then introducing yogurt to Filipinos slowly. So we have 2 blends from Kumi. One being the Australian blend, which is maasim and sour, and one is the Filipino blend, which is obviously definitely more creamier and very sweeter for the Filipino liking and tasting. When we launched the brand, early on, the split between our Filipino blend and our Aussie blend was 70% Filipino blend versus 30% our Aussie blend. Right now, it's that maasim sour flavor that Filipinos crave for. So right now, it's a complete switch. 70% is the Aussie blend and 30% is maasim. So that was one of our other major challenges besides space, making sure that we did a lot of market research and made sure that our brand really resonates with Filipino people, and making sure besides having the healthy flavors and drinks, we also have a mixture of guilty drinks such as ube, avocado, mango graham that really are Filipino favorites.
Wow, that's what you call talaga market research, no? Finding out ano yung bebenta lalo na dito sa Philippines, no? Sir Mike, I'm just curious, no? You mentioned something you started working as early as when you were 13. Is that correct?
Correct.
Would you say that was also the start of your entrepreneurial journey? Doon po ba kayo nagsimula maging isang negosyante, or natuto po ba kayo maging negosyante when you were
13
at that
years old.
age?
Yeah, I'd say definitely 13 was my first experience within the workforce. A lot of people think of me and look at me as being a long-time business owner, but I've only been a business owner for less than 3 years. My entrepreneurial, I guess, skills or mindset has always been there from a very young age. I remember even in high school and early grade school having that thought process for business, buy and sell, obviously making sure there's demand, and then making sure that I've got a product or a service to fulfill that demand. So yes, 13 I started working. I think the desire to be in business happened a little bit beforehand. And then I'm just very lucky and fortunate that right now, 2022, hopefully the worst of the pandemic is behind us, that I'm doing something that I love.
Wow. Partner.
I think... Hi, sir. Hi, John. Hi, John. I just came in. Hi. I think my next question will be, how did you actually learn to be an entrepreneur? You said you did mention that you started being an entrepreneur 3 years ago, but how did it actually start? Is there any particular time when you realized, I want to be an entrepreneur, and what is at that point?
I think when I was a young age, just entering into high school, I had these clothwear. So there were an excess of these designer jeans that I had a lot of. I had a friend that owned a company, and they were trying to offload these jeans. So I had these jeans, and I actually sold these jeans throughout all my friends and peers in school. So I think that's where it really began. Obviously, they were the new trending jeans. And everyone wanted these jeans. I made sure, of course, to have a different color, so that when everyone had their jeans on for when we got to wear casual day, I wasn't looking like everyone else. But I think that's where it started, where I guess the entrepreneurial skills really grew, really started from a very young age, because wherever I worked, I really treated the business like it's my own. So that training, that understanding to make sure that every single business decision as a young employee, as a supervisor, as a manager, I made sure to treat the business like my own, so that one day when I would have my own, I'd have so much of that mindset to ensure that every single decision, from hiring the staff, hiring the right staff, creating a very determined and focused vision, purchasing, making tawad when you need to, making sure the quality is very much there as well. It's something that I invested in at a young age, and it's serving me right now when I've got my own business. As I mentioned, very new, 3 years, but I'd say that I've treated it every single time that I've worked for someone else as if it's my own. And I really try to instill that in my staff that are already part of Vice and Venture's success today.
Yeah, that is a very good mindset. I must say, that is a very good mindset. If you're working for a company, if you're working for a company, you start to treat it as your own. So when you have your own, you already know how to run your own company.
Correct.
Okay.
So I guess we'll have to ask, this is for everybody in that sense, no? Because this is for everybody who's actually still working right now with their own companies. And because of your experience from becoming from an employee to having your own business, what is the transition like? And when do you actually realize that I don't want to work for anybody anymore? I want to work for my own self, and I want to be my own boss. When do you actually realize that?
Yeah, there's a few processes to that. I attribute to when you're young, and I still believe I'm somewhat young right now.
You are.
Thank you. It's more so you buy your experience. So at a young age, it's not necessarily about the salary, not necessarily about your wage. It's all about buying your experience at a young age. When I started working, I was working in functions, events, restaurants, cafes, at a very high level. And then I somewhat took a step to the side. I went and worked for a international hotel chain under Marriott Group. So I used to work for Sheraton Hotels. And I took nearly a 80% pay cut to work for this group. And it was all about buying my experience. And then later on, once I did my time, 2 and 2.5 years, I was able to excel that experience later on. So I'd say more on... at a very young age, being able to buy your experience, invest in education, and then later on when it comes to the business side where you get to put these things in play, very much having these tools behind you to be successful.
Right. So now that you have Kumi and, everything's opening up, the industry, business are all open now, we're on alert level 1 and hopefully it stays that way or even it will improve even better. So now what are we expecting from Kumi? Are there any future plans, any promo that you have for those people who are actually looking out to try your product or even your people who patronize Kumi?
Definitely. I guess our future plans, we just opened our 85th store last week.
Wow.
So very much a tribute to the love of the brand by Filipinos. As I mentioned, in June, we'll open our 100th store and close with 120. In the mid part of July, we will announce a celebrity endorser for the brand, which hopefully will take us to the next level as well. And also, I guess, in market, what we did was, in pandemic, we really tried to support the need to vaccinate and now booster. So throughout pandemic, we had certain promotions where if you showed your vaccination card, we would give a 20% discount at all our stores and all our brands. Right now, just as we moved through the election campaign, it was a big advocacy for the directors for everyone to have their right and say for voting for the election. So we had a election campaign where if you showed your voter's ID, we would also allow a discount through our brands as well. Right now, our newest promotion in market is our booster campaign, that everyone does their small bit to make sure that they're vaccinated and now boosted as well. So we have a promotion in market throughout all our Kumi stores that if you show your boosted card, you'll receive a 20% discount. Besides that and our brand Kumi, definitely all eyes are on expanding our locally curated brands like Oh My Greek, Zig, and also Salt and Ice. Not to mention a few recent acquisitions of some international brands that should hit the Philippines by end of this year.
Wow. So definitely people have to look out for those things in the coming days.
Correct, definitely.
Yes. Thank you so much, John, for joining us this afternoon. Maybe before we let you go, you can invite the fans of Kumi to look out for those promos that you have in the coming future.
Yes, definitely. Obviously, very much a big thank you to all our Kumi carders or Kumi fans out there that very much support the brand. It's without you, the brand wouldn't exist. Please join us in sharing our guiltless goodness, making sure that through every single cup, you're able to add to your immunity, add to your calcium intake, your digestion, without sacrificing on flavor and taste. So very much welcome everyone to visit any of our stores in all major malls throughout Metro Manila and throughout Visayas and also Mindanao. So we're available in Cebu, CDO, Davao, and also my hometowns of Zamboanga City.
Wow, it's all over the country, so you can try it out. You can try Kumi. Thank you so much, John, for joining us this afternoon. And hopefully we can have you on the next episodes of Entrep Radio.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ms. Faith and Renee. Our pleasure, and I'm very honored to have been here today.
Thank you. You have a great Sunday.
And to you. Bye-bye.
Ayun, Kumi.
Yes, exactly. Talagang very healthy.
Grabe, 85 branches agad.
At saka, yun nga, it's a good, probably, I haven't really been on a yogurt, kumbaga, hindi tulad ng milk tea na talaga milk tea talaga, no? Parang inganyo akong subukan din na mag-yogurt nga. So, try natin, Kumi. Ito na nga pala mga ka-Entreps, no? Si Mr. Entrepedia, Stephen Chase Lemon para sa kanyang ikatlong Entrepedia tip.
Yes, definitely. Also, I've tried Kumi. It's good stuff. Ayan po. Welcome back, mga ka-Entreps, to our Entrepedia. Ito pong Entrepedia number 3, maging mahusay na leader. Ang pagiging isang mahusay na leader ay importante para mapanatiling masayang nagtatrabaho ang ating mga empleyado. Ang resulta nito ay maayos na operasyon at masasayang customer. At yan po ang ikatlong Entrepedia tip, maging mahusay na leader from our Entrepedia, mga ka-Entreps.
Yes, para maging masaysay. Ay, masaya. Masaya. Ayan, and speaking of masaya, thank you so much mga ka-Entreps. We are always happy to be part of your Sundays. And hopefully, no, in the coming Sundays, you can still join us. Every Sunday yan at 2 p.m. Thank you for joining us mga ka-Entreps.
And syempre, thank you sa ating mga guests, no? Si Miss Grace, si Miss Andrea, and syempre si Sir Mike, no? John Michael Mike Hilton, no? Salamat sa pag-share nyo ng inyong mga ng inspiration, motivation, and of course, no, mga tips para sa ating mga ka-Entreps.
Yes, and maraming salamat sa ating production team at sa mainit na pagtanggap sa amin dito sa bagong tahanan ng Entrep Radio, DWIZ 882. Susunod na programa po mga ka-Entreps is Senior Citizens Forum with Meng Canlas and Dr. Rene Catan.
At inaanyayahan namin ang mga ka-Entreps na sumali dito sa Entrep Radio. Pwede namin kayong mag-guest dito, padala nyo lang kami ng message. Tell us something about your company, ano yung mga pinagdaanan nyo during the pandemic, no? And we can have you on the show, no? And syempre, of course, another one. Maraming salamat kay Sir Choi, the Voice Master Gonzales, na walang tigil sa pagtulong at pag-motivate sa ating mga kaboses.
Yes, salamat Sir Choi. And speaking of Sir Choi, no, kung interesado kayo mga ka-Entreps na maging isang voice-over artist, sumali na sa Certified Voice Artist Program. Ito ay ginawa at pinamumunuan ni Pocholo, the Voice Master Gonzales, at ang mga online sessions na ito ay nakatuon upang pagalingin ang natatangi ninyong kakayahan sa pagbuboses.
At sa pamumuno ng isa sa pinakakilalang influential speaker sa buong Pilipinas, Pocholo, the Voice Master Gonzales, ma-inspire at ma-inform sa talakayan ng inyong mga ka-Entreps sa DWIZ 882 kasama ang inyong lingkod, Rene the On-Voice Toralba.
At ang inyong nag-iisang Mr. Entrepedia, Stephen Chase Lemon.
Yes, at ako naman po si Faith, the Voz Pastrana. Ang Entrep Radio hatid sa inyo ng DWIZ 882 at ng Creative Voices Production sa pakikipagtulungan ng Certified Voice Artist Program, Voice Acting Academy Philippines, Meta Voices Talent and Casting Agency, Dubbing Booth Company, Creative Sound Studios at ng Voice of the Youth Network. Ito po ang Entrep Radio sa DWIZ 882,
the voice of Filipino entrepreneurs.
Entrep Radio Online.